Hi everyone, I'm Sky Harris, co-founder at HistoryDAO and an avid student of history and blockchain technology. HistoryDAO is where the world records history in Web3. The world comes together on the HistoryDAO platform to mint historic and current events. With HistoryDAO, users can mint any current event or historical moment as a history NFT, or launch a history NFT series with our INO feature. Trade on the HistoryDAO marketplace or take part in our DAO community features to become a true governor and recorder of history. Visit HistoryDAO.io today to get started. Today we have on a very prestigious footballer and professional coach joining us with some new insights. Coach Bora Milutinović has managed at 5 editions of the FIFA World Cup, doing so in 5 consecutive World Cups with 5 different organizations, including Mexico, Costa Rica, the United States, Nigeria, and China. He's also the first manager to take 4 teams beyond the first round, earning him the nickname Miracle Worker. So, Coach Milutinović, I wanted to ask you, when you think of the history of football from your personal point of view, what are the earliest moments that you think should not be forgotten?
No, first, for me it's a pleasure to speak with you. To tell this moment is impossible. I enjoy every moment with my team when I do like football coach, everything. But I'd like to tell you something. For example, with Costa Rica, I was so happy. But the Costa Rica is only 3 million people. After in Mexico, 100 million. Very, very happy. After Costa Rica, USA, Nigeria, but now in the China is billion people can support. For this I'm so happy. For all my players, for all people federation, for all support, the coaches, everything, for this. Really, this is the biggest satisfaction. How my player give pleasure, the public, but this is no public, the 3 million is 500 million.
How about the World Cup? What are some moments that are in danger of being forgotten, which should not be lost to time, in your opinion?
I don't forget nothing. I try to remember everything, something positively, no positively, but this is the passion for the game. Yeah, I remember when I was children, my brother played World Cup 54. My 2 other brothers, they played 58. I remember all these moments. I remember my first World Cup. After my first World Cup, like coach, second, third, fourth, I remember everything. Nothing other than important than football. Football is the passion.
So then, as for you, what was your earliest inspiration for getting involved in football?
You know, my family, where I live in small town where I live with brother, we play football. My brother was one the very important player from Serbia, other brother also. We only maybe family in the world to have 3 brothers to play same day from national team, A, B, Olympic team. But I was so proud. Normally, football is our passion. Football is our life. Football is everything for us.
What was the moment when you realized or determined that football would be your life's career?
Normally, I have dream to be football player. After I have dream to play in important team in Serbia, in Yugoslavia. I play Partizan Belgrade, great generation. We win 5 championships, so many traveling. Normally, I was so lucky to travel in so many countries in the world. And normally to walk, to play football, to play in the important team in the world.
So then, what are some of your most memorable moments or events in all of history?
Beautiful story. I enjoy for this always in my mind. I have this moment, present to remember how football is nice game, how is the passion for the game.
You've coached so many teams. What are some examples of great contrast between team styles that you've observed?
I can speak so much. But I tell you, I give you, for example, one example. I can give you one example from Mexico. In Mexican national team, 86, 86 World Cup Mexican, we play great, but his first 11 player, I have 8 players, they studying professionally with me. For me, this is like my brother, my boys, my children, before everything, my friend. They do so much for the Mexico. After in Costa Rica, same experience. In USA, we don't have the league, nothing, only students, but we make excellent World Cup 94. After Nigeria 98, China 2002, for me, this is the best satisfaction to have young players. They're starting to play with me. I discover them after we make our life. Yeah, I'm sorry, in the World Cup, our World Cup no was so exciting, but much more exciting qualification. The Qatar is other story, but China 2002 is a beautiful story. Why? When your team give pleasure, so many people. Today, when you see how people remember my team, I'm so happy.
So most teams transform over time. What are some of the memorable team transformations that you have observed as a coach?
I was lucky. All my team was always winner team. My players, they enjoy what they do. They training very hard, but with intelligence. So important. All my team, they have team spirit. I remember I tell player, I have sentiment, but I am not sentimental. This is the very important. You need to training, you need to have team spirit, you need to have determination, you need to enjoy the game, you need to every time to use the best. If you have player with this characteristic, everything is possible.
So, as for you, how has your coaching style transformed over the years, and what made you change?
Nothing. Everything same. The football, only what the football changed the ball, but the concept, what you need to do is always same. You have only two situations, with ball and without ball. And now you training, thinking you're in the game, you play against the best, with everything what you need to have in your team to go forward.
As a coach, what advice have you given most often to rookie players when they join your team?
I tell you, I was so lucky in this my time. Our team, the under 20, my friend Schön, he was coach. In national team we have Due. We have Angie. We have Chibo. 3 players from national team, the under 20. You know what is this? You have the future. After we have some other player, the age. If I starting to speak so many things, oof.
All right, so then how about a question about the current state of football? Who are the players and teams you are most optimistic about, and why are you optimistic about them?
But normally you need to be optimistic. Always you need to see positively. You need to think positively. You need to dream, to have a dream. You need to believe in your player. But you need to training them thinking what is the best. You need to find exactly the concept, what they need to do with the ball, without ball, work with intelligence, ignoring day by day.
Is there anything you would like to say to your friends?
Thank you, China, for support us. You understand me? If I tell you, if we're studying in Shandong or Guangzhou or Shenyang, but public in Shenyang, we play so important game in qualification, 4 game, in second round, we win every game. If what it was important, we don't receive any goal. But this is, when you have public like this, when you have ambience like this, everything is possible.
So, what do you think the future of football will be like?
Future the football today, the different time. In our time, we play in the street, we play around, we enjoy, but we have only football. Today you have so many electronic things, so many things, the children don't play, they have chance to play any other sort. This is the problem. The children need to play football. If I tell you in the street, but to play, to enjoy playing, to be better.
Well, everyone has a favorite team. You probably have your favorite team or teams. So, besides rooting for our favorite teams, what should we pay attention to in the Qatar World Cup of 2022?
You need to make attention to everything. You don't need everything, but first, what is so important? To see the player, reputation, the team. Yeah. If you observe, for example, the World Cup, 10, who won 2010, 14, 80. Who was winner? You need to analyze this. You come in with the Spain, after you go with the Germany, France. For example, if you analyze everything, where they play, in which league, the stronger league is in England. After other league, Germany, Spain, French, Italy, you understand me? After, to see the player, which age, reputation, who was less finalist. Less finalist was Croatia with France. Who is the coach de France? Tradition, Deschamps. Champion of the world like coach, champion of the world like player. Everything this you can analyze. For example, I make this analyze the World Cup. I have my analysis, but this analysis, this is very soon. You need to wait 1 week or maybe 2-3 days before the World Cup. But what we got to do if they injure? Already pictures change. For this, I do this. I put here the final, Spain, France. But this is 4 or 5 months before. What is more important? 1 week before, to analyze everything, you have to tell you, okay, always is possibly surprise, but never happened the one team who don't be favorite before the World Cup is world champion. If you see who is the world champion, only big surprise is Italy. 2 years, the 2 world champions. Russian, Qatari is not there. This big disappointing for Italian, for the country who have so big tradition, country who wins so many World Cup, but it's not there. Okay, but no, but other country was happy.
All right. Finally, we've got to ask, which teams and players are you optimistic about at the Qatar World Cup? Who do you think will make it to the top in 2022?
Already 1 minute before I give you answer. Now it's very soon. One, you tell, for example, Vinicius, but what you got to do if he's injured? Or Benzema, you see Real Madrid with him, without him, is not same team. So many things important. But what is more important? One before or day before the game to see if they play with the full team or not. Argentina is one special country. Rosario, special country. Tradition. When you speak the Argentina, already you have the mind Maradona, you have everything. You have Messi. The people judge him, they tell you he's no world champion, but he wins so many things, he makes so many people happy. This is possibly greatest player in the last 10 years.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on, Coach Bora Milutinović, and we're excited to see what the future has in store.